Today is about the nonchalant sign, the I don't give a fuck sign, the aloof sign, the sign that people love to hate as well. And this is the Aquarians, my sign, the Waterbearer to be specific about it. Hi, my name is Destiny Inez, and I'm back with another part of my series. Let's learn about astrology. And this part is about them damn Aquarians. So I need all my sisters, brothers, I need y'all to come to the front because I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. So first of all, this is a fixed air sign ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So Saturn is more of the grounded side of an Aquarius, and then Uranus is more of the innovative, creative side of an Aquarius. Now, let's get into the juicy bits. So, one thing I can say about Aquarius is that, we're very, very stubborn and we like stuff how we want it and when we want it. And, honestly, it's really just because, I don't know, we just don't like people telling us what to do, to be honest. We do not like people telling us what to do because we have, such a different mindset that it's we would rather people see our point of views than us trying to see other people's point of views, even though we see everybody's point of view. That's why a lot of the times people think that we're always playing devil's advocate and stuff, but it's really because we literally see every single side of everything. We see a bird's eye view of everything. Just in general, we could see the worst side of anything and find reasoning with them or put ourselves in their shoes just so we can understand them more. That's why we are, humanitarians, because we can see every point of view, every human point of view, whether that's a murderer. I know that sounds like what, whether that's, and of course we still have our morals and our values, and that's what really grounds us from being able to not necessarily fall into those categories of bad people, quote unquote. We are very isolated, and the reason we are isolated individuals is because we actually thrive with being alone, because we rather be alone with ourselves and try to understand ourselves more versus being around people who constantly intentionally misunderstand us, because we are very misunderstood. People being oh, we're nonchalant or we're aloof. That's not necessarily true. We just know how to detach our feelings from a lot of situations, because from a very early age we learned you can't put your feelings in everything. Everything doesn't involve feelings or doesn't need feelings. And I feel that's why a lot of people just consider us as nonchalant, and we can even do that when it comes to relationships. That's why it's so easy for us to detach from people quickly. It'll be a switch. We can leave a person. We don't have to fuck with a person, because at the end of the day, we know that ourselves is the only person that we really not value necessarily, because we do really value friendships as well, but we know that we're the only ones that are gonna be with us at the end of the day. So us, the reason why people do think we come off as arrogant or we have a God complex is really because we just got in tune, so in tune with ourselves at a very young age, to where we don't feel the need to check with anybody, or we don't feel like somebody could come to us and tell us about ourselves, because we already know everything about ourselves. We know why we do what we do. We know why we said what we said, and we are not going to take it back. We stand on what we said. We mean what we said. And that's that. And we're very unapologetic about everything that we do. And I feel that's why it rubs people the wrong way, because they don't have that freedom to do that. They question us on why are we so free, or why are we so unapologetic, or why are we so confident in the things that we're doing. Is because we're just being us. That's the only person we can be. If we pretend to be something else, then we're literally fucking ourselves over. And we know that, because ever since we were younger, we have been outcasts, in every single group, we are the black sheeps of families, because we just do not fit in ever. And if we do fit in, like most times we are like still the weird one, or still like the awkward one, or still the one who just, like, people don't really get us for real. People don't understand us to our core, or try to understand us to our core. They just make up stuff in their mind and stick with it. And that's okay with them. That's okay with them. And that's okay with us too, because we don't spend our time trying to explain ourselves to anybody, or try to get people to see our point of view or how we feel about anything, because we know who we are. Like, we don't need to do that. And we don't care about people talking about us or how they feel, because deep down we know who we are. Like, genuinely, we are very innovative. And when I say that, it means like we can literally solve anything. We can literally fix anything. Like, we're able to like adapt to certain things while still having like that grounded sense of standing on our morals and our values. Like I just said, like, if we decide something in ourselves, within ourselves, we're gonna stick to that, like, probably for the rest of our lives, unless something comes along or someone comes along and they give us a different perspective on it to make us change our minds. And everybody we meet, we want to see their perspective. We want to understand why they are why they are, or who they are as individuals. That's why we do ask invasive questions, and that's why we don't like small talk, because small talk does not help you to understand a person at their essence, at their core. It doesn't. We're super duper smart. We're actually the most intellectual sign, and I feel like people I don't know what people problem is with us. I can understand why they don't like the men, because the men do be on some shit. And I do feel like they take their intellect and use it for bad. And that's why people don't appreciate them, because they like, not necessarily pretend, but they put on like this caring person, or this caring, like how we actually are, and then they fuck around and do them wrong just because they know they could outsmart them. And I feel like a lot of times people will assume that an Aquarius is doing this or doing that, but it's not that. Like, if we wanted to do that, we would do that, and we would not get caught. Like, I promise you, if we really wanted to do that, we would do it and not be caught, not be in a situation where anybody is questioning us, or nobody would know, because we do keep secrets. We are secretive people. People just don't know that, because we don't, like, what they don't know, because we don't want them to know. What we want somebody to know, they will know, fam. Like, it's really simple. And like, I feel like we're able to not only see multiple points of views, but we're also able to give really, really good advice because of that. Because even if it's us, like, it's different when it's us, because it's like we make our choices consciously, and we can know something in ourselves because we are very intuitive. We can know something within ourselves, but we'll just wait till it plays out, or we just might want to be around that person for a little bit longer just to see. But we know, like, we be knowing shit, y'all. Like, we're not oblivious. If we make bad choices, it's because we just made a bad choice, and we know we made a bad choice when we made it. We just wanted to make the bad choice, and we'll live with it. We'll live with the consequences. I feel like that's one thing about an Aquarius. Like, we're okay with making bad choices, like, and we will think about the consequences and be like, yeah, you know what, it's worth it. Like I'm telling y'all, that's exactly how we are, like, for real. Now, I feel like our downfall is like our stubbornness, because like, if we like listened more, maybe we would get a little further. But like, since we feel like we know everything, even though we know we don't know everything, it's complicated to explain. We don't feel like we know everything. We just feel like we know more than the people around us. So like, when people try to tell us what to do, we already know that shit. Shut the fuck up. Like that. And so like, but I feel like if we actually listen and take into consideration what people would say, we would get a lot further in life, because we just don't do that. We just don't do that. But we are very kind, and we're very focused. But like, people do get on our bad side, and most of us do have anger issues, but it's okay, because it's like, people just continue to try us, and it's like, you can't expect us not to do nothing. Like, and we give you multiple opportunities before we actually do that. And people want to play with our feelings and play with our mind and shit just because they know we're smart. Like, they want to test us to see if they can do whatever they want to do. Nah, fam, like that shit not flying. Like, no. 10 minutes is not enough.